back to my channel. My name is Ange if you haven't met me before, and today we are gonna do a houseplant collection tour. So I've never actually done a houseplant tour on my channel before, but if you want to see what plants I have in my collection, then definitely keep on watching. This little cameo from Cash. Hello, Papa. Oh yeah. This is definitely going to be a long video, so grab a tea, grab a coffee, and get comfortable. So I'm going to start off in this section. So it is in like a little Kmart shelving unit that I have next to my bed. And this is my Hoya Crimson Queen, the Purple Pride. So it has these beautiful pinky new growth. It has the normal Crimson Queen variegation, so the white on the outside, green on the inside, and it is quite a big plant. She's got some big tendrils coming out and another big one over there. So down here we have a peperomia. This is the ruby CAPERATA, I want to say. It has these beautiful little wrinkly leaves. Here we have the, I think it's the neon philodendron, or like philodendron lemon lime. I'm not exactly sure. I've also seen like gold philodendron, but the new growth comes out this more beautiful golden color, and then it fades to this lighter green as they mature. Down here I have my philodendron SQUAMIFERUM, I believe. This one is the one with the beautiful fuzzy petioles. I just think they're so cute. I think these plants are super underrated. And then they have these kind of weird looking shaped leaves. This one just put out this leaf a few days ago, but we have a new leaf coming through here. And down the bottom here is a plant I don't really like, so I keep it on the bottom. It is a begonia. It's definitely seen better days. There's some dying leaves, but I'm just not a super big fan on this. I know it's like some sort of begonia rex, but I'm not sure exactly what it is. If you do know, then let me know. This is definitely one of the plants that I might be getting rid of in the future. Next to the shelving unit, I have this big alocasia here. So about 2 months ago, I had a spider mite infestation, and pretty much all my alocasias were suffering. So far I've treated it, but it has lost a lot of leaves. So these are what the big leaves look like. They're very, very pretty. It normally is facing the other way, but it was leaning too much on this side, so I've just kind of spun it around. That's why all the leaves are facing the wall. It does have a few babies in here, but you can see a lot of the damage that the spider mites have done to it. So let's hope this guy recovers. So spinning you around from the shelving unit here, we have a dog, and then we have this really bright window area. I'm so sorry if the lighting's going to be a little bit funny because it is so backlit, but there's nothing I can really do about that. So over here we have my really tall philodendron silver sword. So this guy has some gorgeous silvery leaves to it. It is a super fast grower. I find that it puts out new leaves every week or two maybe. It always has a new growth point. So we have a new leaf coming in just here, and that is the newest leaf. But I love this guy. I kind of like the look of just one really long vine of his. I don't think I'm going to make it look any more bushy, but yeah, that is that one. Down next to it on this plant stand, I have a HOMALOMENA MAGGIE. This one, the bottom leaves are dropping off, but it is putting out new growth, so I'm not worried about that. I think, again, this one's really, really underrated. I just think the leaves are really pretty, and when they get large, I think they're just an awesome statement piece. She is a little dusty at the moment, probably going to have to clean her off in the shower soon, but definitely one of my faves. In here we have my Syngonium Fantasy, or the variegated Syngonium. So she is gorgeous. I am going to pull her out so you can see how big she is. That's dangerous. So I've just popped her on my bed so you can see she is quite large. She has a lot of different growth points happening, some really long vines. I haven't decided if I want to train her up a pole or to leave her trailing. So there she is in all her glory. Definitely leave me a comment if you think that I should train her up or leave her kind of doing her own thing, but that is my Syngonium. Down here we have another sad story. This was another victim of spider mites, and this is my Alocasia cerean. It had like 5 giant leaves and the spider mites just killed it off. It is spider mite free at the moment, but she's definitely struggling. I can feel a new growth point kind of coming out here. I can feel it just there, but it's been like that for a few weeks now, so I don't know, we'll see what happens. She might die off, but alocasias do have like a tuber, so maybe in the springtime she'll regrow from that if she does lose this last leaf. But yeah, spider mites suck. And here we have another alocasia. So this is an Alocasia ZEBRINA. So it's got these beautiful stems with this like zebra kind of pattern. This one did not have spider mites, but it used to live in the living room and it had a little bit of an accident with fetch. Maybe me or my boyfriend threw a ball at it. And yeah, that's what happens when you play fetch inside. On the windowsill we have some propagations. This is a Peperomia polybotria, or the raindrop peperomia. I have 3 different leaves propagating. Just under here we have a watermelon peperomia propagating. If you want to see a video on how I propagate my peperomias, then let me know and I can do that for you. Here I have my Hoya OBOVATA splash. So it's got the beautiful splashing on her leaves. She's doing really well. Next to that, I have my Hoya meridithii. This new leaf has not hardened up yet, so I'm a little bit concerned we might lose this guy, but she overall seems pretty healthy. The older leaf is doing fine, but look at that foliage. Stunning. Here I have my Pilea peperomoides that I recently repotted, and that was super challenging. She has lost a lot of her bigger leaves, but she's putting out a ton of new growth, so I'm not concerned about that, but she is pretty large and in charge. Over here we have another Hoya propagation. So in this box here I have like a mini terrarium thing going on. I'm putting some plants in that are struggling at the moment. So in here I have a philodendron silver cloud, and then I have my stump of a gloriosum in there as well. I also have some other bits and pieces, but not too interesting. Here is my latest philodendron gloriosum. Absolutely stunning. She's doing really well. Hasn't lost this leaf yet, but I'm pretty sure she's probably going to lose that at some point. We have new growth popping out there. This big guy here is my Thai constellation, and you can see she is getting really big. We do have a little bit of browning on the white parts of the leaves. That was from when I first got her, and I wasn't over watering her, but I was watering her too often, and it was kind of damaging the new growth. So I've just waited until she gets pretty much bone dry to water her now. But the leaves are absolutely stunning. We've got this like galaxy kind of variegation on it. And yeah, I find her to be pretty easy. Down here I have a watermelon peperomia. This one I started from all propagations again. This one I got from my mom, so she gave me the leaves and I propagated it myself, and these are the beautiful leaves that it has. Definitely one of my favorites. So cute. She's so pretty. Back here I have a Persian shield. So she's got this beautiful purple foliage. I only got her about a week ago. She's doing well, putting out new growth. Over on the windowsill there is a Peperomia columella. So really cute. She's kind of going like that, doing the splits over there. I think it's because there's a bar just kind of blocking her, but she's really cute and easy. Over here I have my Hoya lacunosa Eskimo. So she definitely had some time to recover after shipping. She wasn't doing super well, but now I think she's stabilized. She's not losing any more leaves, and we're just going to wait for her to put out new growth. But look at those leaves, they're so cute. Next to that, we have my Hoya carnosa compacta, or Hindu rope. This one's quite a large one. We've got these huge vines kind of just trailing down the windowsill here. And I think there's about like 4 plants in the pot. But yeah, she's a slow grower. She's not going to do much for a while. In front of that, I have my Monstera Adansonii. So this one I recently just moved in here. She was getting more of a medium light situation, but I noticed all her new growth was really small. So you can see that. She was putting out leaves really frequently, but they were all just really tiny in comparison to these leaves here, which are massive. I should probably give her like an actual moss pole to climb up, but I'm lazy. Sticks are fine. But yeah, we'll see if she puts out some bigger leaves, being in more of a brighter light situation. Over here we have my fiddle leaf fig tree. This is something I super struggled with. At the beginning, I was putting it in a really dark corner, and yeah, don't do that because it will lose all of the leaves from in here and they will go brown. And that's sad and ugly looking. But since moving it into my bedroom, she has really recovered. We've gotten all this new growth here. She's putting out a new leaf here. We've got a new leaf just there. And yeah, I only water this guy when it's super, super dry, but really, really statement piece. All right, the last plant I have in my bedroom is my Monstera Deliciosa. This one is right next to me. I sleep just there, so I can look at her when I go to sleep. We've got some beautiful fenestrations. I grew this guy from a teeny tiny little baby. So let's see if I can see the original leaves that it came with. Yeah, this was like the biggest leaf that it came with. Whoop. And now look, so big. I moved her here because there was a little bit less light and I didn't want it to grow as quickly because it was just getting a little bit out of control. So now she's not really putting out any new leaves, but I'm pretty happy with that. I kind of just want her to chill in the corner here. All right, now we're going into my bathroom. So obviously in the bathroom, it gets a little bit more of a higher humidity than if you were not in the bathroom. So I keep the plants in here that do like a bit more humidity, or plants that, you know, just want to chill in here. So I'll start with on top of my shower. This guy is my variegated, oh, can't grab it. This is my variegated ivy growing down here. Some people say this is a spider mite magnet. I've never had a problem with spider mites on this guy. It's only my alocasias. But yeah, that is it here. My boyfriend jokes that one day he's gonna need a machete to use the toilet, and I think that that is hilarious. So over by the sink, this guy, I'm not very good with. I think it's so beautiful. Sorry, it is a Stramanthe tricolor. I think they're so pretty, but they're just hard to take care of. They are divas. So I had her in my living room with not enough humidity. She got so crispy. She was on the brink of death. Moved her into the bathroom, and now we've got all these new leaves. So she is doing much better here. Not that much light, so the leaves are small, but at least she ain't dying, but definitely not a beginner plant, I would say, anyway. Next to the sink here, I have an Alocasia Black Velvet, little baby. I got 2 plugs and popped them together. Over here in the corner, I have my Alocasia Amazonica. She is a big girl, and she is just putting out leaves like crazy. We got those, we got those. I'm very happy with this one. This one was not a spider mite magnet, but she's just so gorgeous. Here is my Hoya Polyneura, or fishtail Hoya. I've dropped this so many times, so she quite beat up here. Don't judge. She's still doing well. Really cute Hoya. She does like a little bit more humidity, I find, than my other Hoyas, so she thrives in here. This one here is my Tradescantia tricolor, or Tradescantia fluminescens tricolor, or something like that. I bought her just as cuttings maybe a few weeks ago, and she is growing like crazy. They are weeds, so they grow really, really quickly. Next time I see my mom, I'm going to take some cuttings and give that to her because she really likes Tradescantias. So yeah, look, so pretty. Right next to that, I have a string of turtles. So I'm just going to move this over here so you can see. This is my string of turtles here. Just a little baby putting out all these little flowers. I always chop them off, but they grow back. Just look how cute those are. Okay. And then in the corner here, I have my crocodile fern, which is actually doing really well. I thought she was gonna die, like for sure, but no. Putting out new growth. These are all new. We got more new growth here. This giant one was a new growth, and look at that texture. Isn't that just awesome? Woo! All right, so now on to my newest addition, which is this shelving unit that I got. So this is from IKEA, and it's designed to go over your toilet, obviously, and you can just pop plants on it, and I think it is freaking awesome. I'll link it down into the description bar below if you want to see what that is. Really good for you if you live in a small apartment with no kind of space. This will allow you to add so many more plants. So starting off here, I have my Maranta, red vein Maranta or something like that. I dropped her a few weeks ago. My bad, and I broke off all the new growth. She's looking rough, but I have the rest propagating, so yeah, let's not talk about that. We have the Alocasia Silver Dragon. Gorgeous. Next to that, I have my Hoya VILLOSA with its furry or pubescent leaves. Sounds weird to say. Yeah, love this guy. Here is a Calathea. We have the rattlesnake Calathea. I think it's been reclassified. I don't know, but I'm just going to call it the rattlesnake Calathea. She's got some beautiful spotting on the front with those maroon backs to the leaves. I'm not a huge Calathea person, but this one's really pretty. Here, I'm going to pull this one down. This is my Philodendron pastazanum. Oh, look at that. So pretty. And she is popping out new growth there. I love that guy. I've wanted her for a long time. Here are the Marantas that I dropped that is just propagating at the moment. They are starting to grow some roots, as you can see. I do have one chain of hearts propagating in that water as well. Then over here, I have my Begonia maculata. I don't know if it's a whitey eye. I got told it was a whitey eye, but it hasn't flowered yet, so I can't really confirm that. But we do have the beautiful red backs to the leaves with the spotting. This one is such a quick grower. So we've got like two kind of going in opposite directions, but stunning, so pretty. And in the middle here, I have this Alocasia dragon scale. This was the leaf that it came with, looking pretty beat up, but that is the newest growth, and I think that is super pretty. On the top of the shelf, I have my Monstera SILTEPECANA. Look at that leaf, it's just stunning. Look at that variegation on it. It's got this like beautiful silver, and I just let her trail all the way down. I might give her a haircut in spring, but not right now. We're going into winter here. This is my Hoya publicalis. I don't know what variety of publicalis it is. It hasn't flowered before, so can't confirm. Up here I have a Cissus discolor. This was the one I got for free when I bought my pastazanum, which was really sweet. And then up there I have a baby Pilea peperomoides. Yeah, that is my bathroom. So I'll give you a little pan of the shelves, and then that is the windowsill. Let's head into my kitchen. So starting on top of the fridge, don't mind my fridge, it's really old. We got it from Stephen's parents, it still works, not gonna buy a new one. Anyway, so we have another baby Pilea on top of the fridge here. Not as doing as well as the other ones because it's not in a lot of light, but whatever. We then have a big Alocasia stingray next to the cereals. This one, again, had spider mites. We can see some of the damage. I cut most of them off that had damage, but there. That is kind of what they look like when you have spider mites. They just go really ugly and yellow, but she's doing well, recovering nicely. Down underneath the fridge, I have a Rhaphidophora decursiva, I think. This is a dragon tail plant, losing its fenestrations because it doesn't have that much light, but I think it's really cute and shiny. Here we have my Philodendron mexicanum cuttings that I recently hauled. I've put her in water and we're gonna see if she roots up. Here I have another peperomia. This is my silver ripple, I believe. Really cute, one of my favorites. Then here we have a snow queen, pothos. And if you wonder with your terracotta pots and they get this like white stuff on it, I believe that's patina, which is like the minerals coming out of the soil and it kind of just stains the terracotta. You can wipe it off if you want to. I'm pretty lazy, I tend to not, but you know, it's not the greatest looking thing. But some people really like the patina look. I don't know, whatever floats your boat. Over here we have my Hoya Carnosa compacta variegata. So variegated Hindu rope. Cute. Then we have my Peperomia polybotrio, or raindrop peperomia with these giant leaves. Over in this section, I have my Philodendron micans cuttings that I recently got. I ended up just chopping them into single node cuttings. And by single node, this is what I mean. There's just one node for one leaf, so that there's a better chance of some of them rooting, if not all of them. So yeah, I keep them there. My Hoya crimson queen, another queen that I have, gorgeous leaves growing up like that. I love Hoyas. Down here I have a Nepenthes, which is a carnivorous plant. I don't give any of my carnivorous plants distilled water, so they do get a bit of browning on them, but yeah, what can you do? She still grows really nicely. Here we have a burro's tail succulent. I gave that one a haircut recently and I planted them outside, but yeah, they're so fragile. You touch one and then a leaf falls off. But then you can just plant them back into the soil and they make all these little babies in there. Here is my Hoya obscura. Trying to sun stress it. It's not really working. It's still green, so we'll see what happens. I don't really have any brighter light to put it in apart from outside, and it's starting to get really cold here, so I don't really want to do that. I have a sundew, which is another carnivorous plant that eats all of my fungus gnats. So you can see all the fungus gnats. And I always keep this one with water in it, so you don't want to let them dry out. Here I have a bonsai, and my mum bought this for me because I think it looks kind of rude. Use your imagination. But yeah, this is my bonsai. Here is another sundew. This one got a little bit dry when I was away for a weekend once, and it got crispy, but doing fine. This is my sad Hoya macrophylla. It died. I've been leaving it there, just, you know, hoping it comes back. It's dead. It won't. This is my variegated string of pearls. So it's got the white and the green. Really cute little baby. I have a lithops here, which is just like a succulent. And then I have my string of pearls. Hanging up, I have a marble queen pothos. I'm so sorry about the lighting, but yeah, she looks like that. And then on this side, I have my Syndapsis pictus, or the silver satin pothos. Yeah, she was in my bedroom, but when we were opening and closing the blinds, it was getting really beat up. So I moved her out here today actually, and we'll see how she goes. But we don't close these blinds like ever, so we won't have that problem here. In the corner, I have my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma, my pride and joy. I love her. She's so big, large, and in charge, and always putting out new leaves. Quite a thirsty little guy. And side note, my mom gave me all these guavas that she grew. Hoo-hoo-hoo. So now we're in my living room. This is my heartleaf philodendron here. Gets like moderate to low light, so it doesn't really grow very much, but yeah, she's pretty in this corner. We have a variegated spathiphyllum, or a peace lily. This is the domino variety, so it's got like crinkly leaves, which is really cool. I don't have a plant with that kind of texture. Again, medium to low light, all in this section. We have a Calathea macuyana. I don't really like this plant, so she kind of just sits in the corner here. Yeah, we won't speak about that. This is Spike. Buffy is the greatest show of all time, and he is my favorite character. Yeah, fight me if you don't think Buffy is the best show of all time. On my dining room table, I have this Maranta here. Really easygoing Maranta. She puts out new leaves really, really often. At the entryway, I have my snake plant. I used to have that in more of a highlight situation, but I just needed to put something in a low light area, and I know that will survive. It won't really grow, but it will survive. And then here I have my Philodendron Rojo Congo. Again, it's not getting much light, so the new growth is always really small, but they do put out new leaves in low light. Over here next to my couch, I have another giant peace lily. So that's a new growth there. This all was fetch accidents, so be warned if you have a dog. We have a dog, doggo. Okay, so here on my coffee table is my Piccolobanda peperomia. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. My favorite peperomia. And over here is my TV setup. So we'll start over here. This is my Philodendron Birkin. She did recently have a bit of a rust issue, but I've treated it and all the new growth is fine. But if you're wondering what rust looks like, it's like this fungal infection. So this is all old damage to the leaves. You have to spray it off with like a fungus gun. I don't know how it got it. It just appeared one day, but as you can see, I've treated it and everything is fine. Here we have quite a large Syngonium. This is called the Three King Syngonium. I don't hear much about these online, but I think they're really pretty. They're just like the Syngonium Fantasy, the other variegated Syngonium, but the variegation is like a pale green color. So I think they're gorgeous. Really nice. Easygoing plant. We have another Syndapsis pictus. This is another exotica. Look at that. It's stunning. New growth is kind of small, but you know, such is life. Here I have my Philodendron Brazil. So we've got this side, which is really pretty. I think the leaves are really funny. Look at this weird shape. So funny. And then this side's reverted back to like a green, but I actually don't mind having them mixed in the pot. I think that looks really cute. Here we have my pride and joy, my Switch, my Xbox, and my PlayStation. But then over here we have more Hoyas. So I've got a little baby Hoya compacta carnosa, Hoya carnosa compacta Hindu rope. We've got a Hoya crimson princess. Instead of the queen, the princess has the variegation on the inside instead of the outside, but they're very similar. And then I have a begonia. Again, I believe this is the begonia tiger, but I'm not 100% sure. So this big plant here is my Monstera deliciosa. This is a few plants popped together. So my boyfriend's mom let me cut her Monstera from outside, and I've just potted them up together to make a really full plant. Don't look at all these cables, they're really ugly. This is my rubber tree. This is the variegated one. I think it's like the strawberry and cream or the ruby or whatever you want to call it. I don't really like this plant. I might get rid of it. It's nothing wrong with it, but it's just a bit boring. I've fallen out of love. This guy is one of my pride and joys though. This is my Hoya OBOVATA. So she a big girl. She's got these big luscious leaves. When I was filming, I just knocked off new growth. My bad. I tend to do that a lot, but these leaves are stunning. Really easy to care for as well. Over here is a propagation that I did from the fiddle leaf fig in my bedroom when it lost all of the bottom leaves on the stem. I cut it, put it in water, and now it's its own plant. So this is maybe about 6 months later, 4 months later, I don't know, something like that. Growing out all these massive leaves. This leaf here was one of the originals, and so is this one. You can see how damaged they were. But look at that perfect new growth we have. Absolutely gorgeous. Yes, I have a pillow pet over there. But this one here is my bird of paradise. So she is quite a large girl. We have new growth. And then in the base of the pot, I've just popped some Trader Scantia in there just to fill it in a little bit. So I'll give you an overview of that area. I'm standing on the couch. And I don't think I'll be taking you guys outside today. It's really loud out there. It's just succulents and stuff. Nothing too interesting. Alright, so that is it for my houseplant collection tour. I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely click the thumbs up if you did, and hit subscribe if you haven't already, because I upload 2 plant videos every single week. And I will see you guys in my next one. Alright, bye!